Welcome to another episode of Ask a Photo Pro. It's Carty. How's it going? It's Thursday. Thursday's the day that we look at your photos, but today is a little bit different. Today I want to see your smiling faces. Today I decided to challenge you to put yourself outside of your comfort zone and record a video. Record a video telling me where you are right now in your life, in your career, and where you're going to be. Thoughts become things, and in order for you to actually reach your goals, you actually have to have them. So why not challenge you to make a video for me? Well, actually, secret time, you're making it for you, but I have some submissions. So this is your favorite show of the week. We call it Real Photo Reviews, but this time we are looking at videos. So buckle up. By the way, welcome. If you are new, thank you for hanging out. I'm Carty, your friendly neighborhood photographer, as well as educator. I've been doing this for 3 decades, literally 3 decades, which in the grand scheme of things, many of you watching me aren't even 3 decades old. Some of you born 1998. What? I was 28 in 1998. So yeah, I've been doing this for a minute. I'm glad you found me. We are going to get right into it. Why waste time? Why waste time? Let's get into it. By the way, this commercial-free episode, if you're watching this live, this is commercial-free. If you're watching this after the fact, you're going to get hit with some commercials, but those commercials submit some ad dollars into my pocket, so it helps me. You're supporting the stream by watching, whether you're watching live or after the fact. But no, you can sign up for YouTube Premium, especially if you're in this grind of self-learning and absorbing a lot of content. Sign up for YouTube Premium. It's so worth it. No commercials across all of YouTube. I've had YouTube Premium for like 2 years. Never, ever going back. But also, guess what? If you pay for YouTube Premium, the creators that you watch, we get a small percentage of the YouTube Premium money that you pay into YouTube. So it totally works it. It works out. So let's see the videos that you guys have submitted. The first one is from April. April, you gotta phonetically pronounce your last name. You gotta phonetically pronounce your last name for me. But let's have a look at our first submission from April. We are going to take this right from zero. We are going to go full screen, and I am going to share. This is April.
Hi Carty crew, this is April Diallo. I am the owner of Diallo Studios, and I am based in Atlanta, Georgia. My current 9-to-5 job, I'm actually a product manager at Delta Airlines. My product is part of the Fly Delta app. In the future, I would like to be a photographer. I've been working for about a year or so on the landscape niche, and I found it difficult to figure out who my customer was and actually get them to purchase. Even though I have artwork in art galleries and shops, I've done art shows. I found Carty's YouTube channel last month, and I wanted to kind of understand portrait photography a little bit more, but in the course of conversation, in the course of learning about myself, I think that the still life and product photography niches are a good fit for me. And the reason why is basically I take in information very quickly, I search for problems and solutions, and I like to experiment with what I'm working on. And I think all of those things kind of lend themselves well to product photography. I am basically brand new in this space, so I'm looking forward to learning from Carty and the rest of the crew and the best ways to approach and kind of to take pictures in this category of photography. And yeah, I'm looking forward to learning a lot from you guys. I already have. And yeah, I'm excited to continue that journey. All right, crew. Thank you, and nice to meet you.
Good job. Good job, April. I mean, feedback, one thing you'll notice with video, your video composition is very different than when you're composing for stills. You'll always hear me say sit left or right or bias yourself left or right, because of the main purpose is it's going to be in a magazine. But you'll notice with video composition, you'll notice that I'm always dead center in the frame, because actually I'm not. Let me move right here. If I'm not dead center in the frame, it visually looks upsetting. Like if I'm too low, my head's down here. My head's up here, but I'm scrunching down. So if my head's down here and there's too much head space, that feels weird. If I'm over here, that feels also weird. So how you frame yourself up in video is very different than how you frame yourself up in stills. In video, you have to be relatively straight up. Another thing that I'm realizing I forgot to tell you is be very wary of the background music, because I pay for Epidemic Sound. So the background music that I play in the back of my podcasts, I'm allowed to play. It's licensed. But any music that you play in the background, even if it's low, if it's on YouTube, you're going to get a copyright strike. And if it's on YouTube and I'm playing it, then I'm going to get a copyright strike. And I don't want that. So if you've submitted videos and you think that there's background music, or you put background music and that music is not cleared, meaning copyright free music at whatever volume, you can't attach copyright music to your video. You just can't. So something to know, something I didn't specify. I'm hoping that I'm not going to hear music in the background of any more of these videos. But I'm going to specify music can't be in the back of videos, because unless you're doing a search to find rights managed copyright free music, which YouTube has tons of. There's an audio library in YouTube. Go from their audio library, grab a song. You can do that all day long. But what happens most of the time is people have music coming out of their speakers in the background, low. You don't think that it's going to get picked up on the microphone because you're playing it because it makes you feel more comfortable. And I hear it, and then it messes me up. So Benja says that he owns his music. Good stuff. All right, April, great job. I think that you did a great job. Obviously, lighting, we have to remember when you're in front of a video camera, light, just like I'm lighting myself here, you see what my set looks like when I'm on camera. Like, this is the set. I have a light right here, and behind me, I have a light on that silver stand right next to my good vibes sign that's putting this little highlight on my dome up there. So lighting yourself for video is also a factor. Last thing, audio. Audio is a thing. I know you're new with video, but keep in mind that the reason that the podcast sounds so good, I have a microphone, I have good light, and it makes the whole experience better. Brighten the scene. Think about your videos just like you're thinking about your still pictures. And if you don't have expensive expensive microphone, just use your AirPods. Connect your AirPods to your phone, record your video that way. Instantly, video 1,000 times better. Audio 1,000 times better. All right, so April, great job. That is April, first submission. And April submitted first, which is really great. This is Vicki Sonic. Let's go, Vicki. Let's see what Vicki has to deliver for us.
Hello.
Vicki with the strong opener. Let's get Vicki.
Hello, Carty and Carty Crew friends. It's Alice Who 42, or also known as Vicki, or also known as Sonictastic Photography, and I'm here to tell you why I do photography. Well, quickly to say that this question really made me think within myself to bring up an answer, and I think I figured it out. And I think I have 3 points, and I'm going to try to get them in 2 minutes. So the first point is I feel like I'm here to show people their true beauty within themselves and outside of themselves, like true beauty inside and out. So I feel like I'm an empathic person, and because of that, I feel like I can genuinely capture people in their genuine form. And I've had many clients, mostly women, tell me that they cry after getting their photos, happy tears, because they've never felt more beautiful and more genuine than they have in these photos. And that lights my world up. That keeps me going, and that helps me remember why I do photography. Another reason I would say is because as a neurodivergent or a dyslexic person, I believe I'm here to show the neurospicy people just like me that we can do it. Even though life throws us curveballs, even though life makes things hard, we can do it. I know our confidence is not that great being a neurodivergent people, but we can do it. I honestly never thought that I would write a Substack. I fought so hard not to write a Substack. But guess what? Here I am 5 weeks later, almost to be 6 on Monday, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing well, and I'm doing better than I ever thought I would do. And I'm actually not that bad at writing than I thought I was, and I have ways to help me. And lastly, I think I'm here to tell people it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to let your creative, weird ideas out there and capture them in photos. Because if I didn't let my weird ideas come out of my brain, there would be no Atlas the astronaut. There would be no gas mask. There would be no alien. There would be no weird ring light photo that I won photo of the week for. There would be no photos of me falling in a river because I decided to try movement photos in the river. I am here, I truly believe, to show people that they're beautiful inside and out. I'm here to show people the beauty of the world, and I'm here to show neurodivergent people that we can do it no matter what. And I believe I'm also here to show the weird people like me that it's okay to be yourself and capture those moments in photos. So thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for being here. And thank you so much, Carty, for literally everything that you do. And I'll see you all in Discord and in chat. Bye, everybody.
Wow, Vicki, let's go. Good for you, girl. Listen, like, it's good to be yourself, you know, and leaning in on who you are as a person is the most important thing that we can do as photographers. The hard thing is that we want to hide. We want to hide who we are. We want to hide ourselves. We want to be like invisible. But you can see, like, you have to understand how much better Vicki is just in general, how much more confident she is. She took my masterclass, like when I first started doing a masterclass, Vicki was like the first one. And she's subsequently now starting to fly. Like, it's really great to watch how much work she does, how happy her clients are, and she gets to be exactly who she is. She gets to be exactly who she is. I just helped her be herself more and lean in to it a little bit more, and she attracts the kind of clients that like her personality. She attracts the kind of clients that love her enthusiasm and her vibe, and she's got so many self-directed projects, so many ideas going on. Vicki, good for you. Let's go. That's number 2. That's Vicki. You understand this is an exercise. I'm putting you through an exercise because talking on camera, being on camera is one of the hardest things that photographers do. Being on camera, talking to an audience of your potential customers. Like, when you talk to camera, it makes you better at communicating with strangers. And communicating with strangers, every client was once a stranger. And when you record a video, it gives you likability. It gives you relatability. And you see you're attracted to me. That's why you're watching this podcast. I'm teaching you, like, you could also be using video to attract clients to you because they like you and your vibe. That's how the 21st century creator is doing it right now. So that was Vicki. Good shit, Vicki. Very proud of you, girl. Let's go, Vicki. All right, who's next? Next, by the way, I'm looking at 10 today and 10 next week. This is GT Rishi, also known as Gary.
I'm Gary.
Hey, Gary. All right, let's get into Gary's video, everybody. This is Gary.
I'm Gary. I'd like to talk a little bit about boudoir photography. Boudoir is a photography subject tend to have a lot of associations with sexualness, sexuality, but it doesn't have to be, and I will get a little bit more into that, into where I derive my personal style from, what my vision is as well. My colors tend to be a little bit more muted. I like to have low saturation in my photos. It's just what I tend to gravitate toward. I think I draw a lot of inspiration from classical paintings, like such, the Renaissance and beyond. I mean, even through Impressionism. I've been known to go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art with my camera, walk around and take detail photos of some paintings, or use statues as my models. I tend to be more low key with my photos. And I mean, dark subject matters, but more dark space in the photo that allows the brighter areas, the highlights, to be more contrasted and brings in a little bit of drama. Where, like, I think in all forms of art, whether it's music or film or literature, drama is very important. It's the most integral part of art. It's what moves art forward. And I also like to really use soft focus. I like a very shallow depth of field. I think to me that creates more drama with shape. If the eyes are really in focus, and even if the nose in front is a little blurred and the ears are blurred, to me that shows a more realistic picture of what actually exists. I mean, if you take your finger and hold it out at arm's length and stare at your fingernail and just keep staring at that, but you can still see the rest of your field of vision. The only thing that's in focus is your fingernail. Your arm is out of focus, your other fingers are out of focus. That's what we see with our eyes. We have a very shallow depth of field. So to me, that also contributes to the drama in a photograph that I take of I'll use the word models, because subject seems so, even though that's the artistic term, subject seems very impersonal, client seems impersonal. So when I photograph you, you're a model. And if you don't feel like a model, you will when we're done.
Well done, Gary. That is Gary dropping the knowledge on us. Good job, Gary. Well done. I mean, the thing that I really like about your video is that you actually went beyond just talking about where you are right now and where you're going to be. You really got into your process and your light and your subject matter, and you included stills. You showed us what you were talking about. Like, that's the beginning of you telling a story. It's the beginning of you telling a story through video. And you can see the comments that you're getting in chat while that was going on. Like, I really like that. And I was connected to you, and I felt it was honest and real. And clearly you need to start a YouTube channel and just start doing that and talking about your process more and sharing your work more and using that as a marketing tool to find more models. I'll say subjects because I don't know, subjects, models, humans, people, faces, whatever you want to say. I mean, for me, I humanize everybody as soon as they're in my space. You know what I mean? But the act of photography for a portrait photographer, it is like painter and sitter. I call people sitters, which is even more formal at times, yo. I'm trying to go back to the old school, how it was done in the beginning. So, sitters. That was a great job, Gary. Good job. That was Gary. Well done, buddy. Gary Rishi. Okay. Let's see how we're doing on time. Benja Media. I always want to call you Benja Media. Kind of funny. But Benja Media. I'll get it right, Benja. All right, Benja. So, Benja,
thanks, Carty. Back last week.
We're going to pause you. First of all, you have a sick setup. And you can hear, like, if there's something to invest in as a photographer, it's your setup, man. And it's not just your cameras. Because believe me, I have cameras. I got cameras all day. I got a Hasselblad right here. Not just any Hasselblad, a 1991 anniversary edition Hasselblad from 1991 when I was in second year Ryerson when I bought this in a box. I'm the only owner of this. I got cameras. I got cameras all day. But like, do you understand how many Zoom chats we do as photographers? Do you understand how many times, like how often we're on camera? And if you just level up your on-camera presence with your Zoom chats, it just makes everything look more professional. And I'm going to give you an example, because this one that they call Benja, this guy, I haven't even watched the video, but watch this.
Thanks, Carty, for the feedback last week with my photo. I really appreciate your comments, and I'm definitely learning loads from watching your videos. Where am I currently and what am I destined to do? Well, I've always been a creative ever since I can remember. That took the forms of many things. Originally being a musician, I've been around the camera, making videos, doing photos for quite a while. I've done stuff for other people here and there, but it's never been a solid business. I've always had to work a normal job. Long story short, the whole pandemic thing happened. My means of income and everything went to a halt. I got left in a lot of trouble, which I'm still trying to claw my way back out of now, but it has opened up a new opportunity. I've realized that I can make my dreams a possibility, and that eventually I do want to have a successful YouTube channel to help other people out. Also, if I can actually get work doing photography, that would be perfect. I don't mean to sound big-headed, but I just thought I had what it took until I came across your videos, Carty. I suddenly realized from a professional perspective how much more there is to it. The rabbit hole goes deeper. I'm here to learn more about the business side of things and obviously get better and turn this into an actual proper job and have a successful YouTube channel alongside it. Why do I think I'm good enough? Being a creative person, I definitely have an eye for detail, and I'm always looking to improve, always. Why you should hire me? Well, at the end of the day, I'm going to give you a good product. Even if I have challenges, I'm going to go on YouTube, I'm going to do whatever, I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to make sure you're happy with what you get. And I'm going to make sure I'm happy first, but obviously mainly the customer. Because of my eye for detail and my ethos, I couldn't even bring myself to give you bad work. I'd actually be ashamed of myself to hand in something that I didn't think was awesome. And if for some reason it's not, and I've missed something, I'm going to make sure I fix that pronto and give you what you want, if you know what I mean. Just lastly, a massive thank you to everyone on the Discord. Very positive vibes there. Thank you very much. Hope this simple video gave you what you asked for. And if it didn't, I can take it and I'll work on it next time. Peace.
Yo, Benja. Benja. Not only did you just knock that one out of the park, but you might have just got yourself a job, my guy. I want you to email me. Please, email me. I have something for you. Benja, I'm impressed. And you see how, like, you can do that. You who just watched that right now and your jaw is like this, you could do that too. You could too. But you see the power of video. You see video is an actual weapon. Did you see that cut? The pacing, the shot, the double highlight, the front light, the editing, the use of text, the humor. He had it all. Like, understand that he's actively trying to get better at video, and it shows. It shows clearly. And also the audio, the quality, like everything. Like, Benja, not only did you just set the bar, literally, I have work for you. So shout me, please. I've been looking for you, literally, to be part of this whole thing that Carty's got going on here. Oh, that felt good. That was good to watch, Benja. Thank you. Critiques? None. That was excellent. Honestly, like, I'm going to help you on so many different fronts, but yeah, you have to DM me. We got to have a little conversation. That was Benja Media. Congratulations, Benja. That was great. All right, Mike Stimazzi. Mike, let's get it, Mike.
Crew. Mike.
All right, sorry for the false starts. You know, I have autoplay on, so here we go.
Crew. Mike, Stymates here.
Stymates.
So this video is about what I think I'm meant to do with my camera. where I am currently and this kind of general direction of where I think I'm going with becoming a professional photographer. So start off with, I like to help people kind of understand a different perspective, like see things from a different perspective. I'm a problem solver, like help people solve their problems. I've done this through many different ways, sharing knowledge and how to apply that through blog posts. I do a kind of a thought of the day meme sort of deal. I've been using my own photos for that for, I don't know, year and a half. It wasn't until I found Carty that I even realized that photography is showing people a different perspective, like showing a perspective through photography. I never even thought about it in those kind of terms until Carty. I think that sort of a lifestyle kind of photography is where I'm aiming, is where I think I'm called to. Maybe more of maybe an environmental lifestyle kind of thing. I want to show, like, you know, people in real life situations, and I want to be able to help people, you know, realize that their real life is better than that fake stuff. I think where I struggle, where I'm at, is that self-promotion. I'm not a person who likes to brag or likes to boast or likes to talk about myself. My work is how I show. You know, you see my work, you know that I'm good or I'm not. If I have to tell you I'm good, it kind of feels like I'm not good enough. Of course, that's the exact opposite of brand building. So yeah, I guess that's where I'm at right now.
Well done, Mike. Well done. Like, honestly, the feedback for me was a bit of an issue. I'm sure you heard the feedback now that you're hearing it on my system, you hear the feedback, right? But when you were in your system, you didn't hear the feedback. And the reason that there's feedback is because you're not using a mic, and you're using the internal mic on your MacBook Pro or on the mirrorless or your phone or something, but there's some sort of a cross cabling that's happening with, you had a mic. So there's something happening because oftentimes the cable, especially if you're using USB cables instead of XLR like I am, they create static. So you have to pull the cable, dust the static, and plug it back in. It's something that happens from time to time, but when you're using my R5, you can plug headphones into the body, do an audio test to make sure that there's no static, to make sure that it's super, super clean. If you don't have a camera that has not only a mic input, but also a headphone jack, if you don't have that, you have to record a clip, and then you have to take the clip out, put it into your machine, and listen back on headphones. That's usually what I do. So yeah, I would do some monitoring. I used to not monitor my audio, and for a long time I was yelling, like literally yelling into the mic, because I'm monitoring other things with these headphones, but I wasn't monitoring my voice because I couldn't talk when I heard my voice. But I got over it. So now I monitor my audio, so I know that, and I have, like, when I'm talking here, I actually have all my audio levels here, so I can actually see if I'm going in the red, which makes it so I can pretty much consistently deliver you guys good audio. All right, Mike, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. You're going to have to give that to me somehow phonetically so I don't mess it up, as Emin had to. All right, this is Jana Onassis. Jana. Okay, Jana. Let us go full screen with Jana. By the way, Hope you guys are enjoying this. We're getting to see the viewers, the faces, the people who watch this, where they're coming from, where they're struggling, and yeah, how I'm helping them. It's kind of good. Yes or yes?
Where am I currently? Currently, I want this really bad. I really want this to work. I can see it working as clear as day. That's how self-assured I am currently and mentally. There's still mental blocks, of course, but mentally, I see it and I want it. When I was 7 years old, my oldest sister, who's 13 years older than me, she had a boyfriend. I got this sticker from somewhere and I colored it and I sold this sticker to him for $20. I've always looked at that moment as the start to my creative career. For me doing that at 7 years old, that started the entrepreneurial path for me. It's because of that moment why I'm here right now. That was in my own 7-year-old way, a beautifully stylized image that I was able to sell. So it's not even a question of what I'm destined to do. It's a question of how do I continue doing what I have always known that I just do? How do I elevate it? And the way that I do that is through creating beautifully stylized images that can connect humans together for the power of service. I believe that photography is the business of service and connection. Your job as a photographer is to not only provide the service, but provide the means for the connection to happen for the client. And in the connection is where the transformation takes place. I know that I'm able to provide that for an R&B singer, for a corporation, or for just an individual client who just needs an amazing picture that makes them look like royalty, that makes them feel a sense of grandeur. The experience that I provide during a photo shoot, it's a safe space where that person can open up, they can be themselves, they get to listen to music that they haven't heard in a while, or just really get loose and just dance around and have a good time. That is the kind of environment that I provide. It's the way that I'm able to connect with my clients. So, hire me. Yes.
Let's go, Jana Onassis. Jana, that was really good. Honestly, like, you're another one of those creators that I'm watching. You're another one of those photographers that I'm continually trying to nudge and learn more about, because, again, everybody who manages to find me, you guys all have incredible potential. And the more that you share with me, the closer I'll be able to be to you, and the more I'll be able to help you. So don't be shy. DM me and talk to me, you know? You need a YouTube channel. Jana, you need a YouTube channel. What you just said there, you need to be sharing weekly through videos on a YouTube channel. You're starting to get a sense of editing, but I mean, I went on a 2-year journey before I figured out how to monetize my channel. Like, it's an uphill battle, but you can do it. You could definitely do it. And it's girl power, and it's empowering for you. It's empowering for other photographers. Do it. Do it. Like, the YouTube audience is the most powerful audience of all the social media networks. So if you're not building a YouTube audience, come on now. Come on now. And your shot was a little offset. I mentioned that in the beginning with video. That's one thing. Like, really try to square yourself up. Really try to make sure that there's not too much headspace. You'll notice how both my cameras, like, do you understand how specific I am with my camera placement? Like, notice when I change cameras, I'm in virtually the exact same spot. Like, this is all very deliberate, because if I was over here and then over here, it's jerky. So all of this is very, very deliberate. And just how I do this whole live stream and keep you guys engaged, all of this is also very deliberate. These two who've been watching me since the early 90s since they were in their 40s. Yeah, it's just about trying to continually engage and keep people riveted. Our eye with video really wants to hold people in the center of the frame. So this is why you notice me constantly, like you see me correcting my microphone. And it's because I need to bring my microphone to me, so I'm staying in the center. It happens. It happens all the time. All right, Scuba Steve. All right, let's get into our next photo slash, well, it's not a photo. We're looking at videos today, Carty. All right, what's our time like? 7:36. We're going until 7. And then
Unscripted.
all right, we are going until 7. This is the one they call Sleepy Hollow, also known as Selim. Let's get it. Selim is in my mentorship program.
Unscripted, take 15. All right. So, hello, I'm Selim, and on today's episode, we're going to see what I'm going to do with the camera and what I'm destined to do. This is my vision statement, if you will, or this is my intention for the future. Well, I'm going to become a household name.
Is this not, can't be, like, is this high speed? I have it on normal playback speed. So this is his video. I am taking this from the top.
Unscripted, take 15. All right. So, hello, my name is Selim, and on today's episode, we're going to see what I'm going to do with the camera and what I'm destined to do. This is my vision statement, if you will, or this is my intention for the future. Well, I'm going to become a household name. And in order to do this, I am focusing one step at a time each day in order to achieve that. I've laid out a plan, and now the plan is in motion. All I have to do is take a step. And this is the hardest part. Take a step each day. So this is the first thing I'm going to do.
The audio is
Second
very
thing I'm
difficult.
going to do is I'm going to produce the best hero shots anyone has ever seen. This is my mission. My mission is to capture the human concepts that we have. Love, for instance, it's a simple one, but love, I say love, you hear love, we'd probably think of something totally different. So how do you represent that, or how do you freeze that mental state? This is what I'm going to do on this punch, and I've unlocked the way on how to learn. And this is some things and tips that I'm going to share along the journey. So if you want to know or learn how to learn, then you've come to the right place. Finally, why should you hire me? Well, it's simple. First, I don't cost much because it's starting out, and the prices are going to ramp up really quickly. And second thing, why me instead of others, is simple. I've been an executive in blockchain, for instance, and in other industries before, so I know what to look at, and I speak the same language. The communication and the flow of communication between you and me is going to be way faster, way more focused, and professional. So this is it, and until next time, see you.
Okay, Selim, swinging for the fences. The audio was a factor there for me because, like, I actually, during the playback, I was trying to level the audio because there was so many times where it fully redlined, and it's really hard for people who are listening in headphones. You have to have an audio solution. You have to have some sort of an audio solution, and with that, how you edited it, it looks like you didn't do any leveling of the audio. You were focused only on the video timeline. Also, you had your camera set for aperture priority or shutter priority, and also the white balance changed in the shot, which is like you have to lock off all of that stuff when you shoot video, including focus, because if you don't have a camera that focuses fast enough, that also tracks, but your exposure in the beginning was dark, and then it went totally light, and your volume was talking like this, and you were like this, and talking like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and then you come back in, and then you were like this, and it was so like hot and cold with the volume got a little bit hard to follow. The next thing is when you're leading with your first lead with like why you should hire me, I'm cheap was basically what you said. You didn't say it in that many words, but you said my price is low and it will only get higher. But you started with I'm cheap, basically. So that's not your top selling feature. What you should be selling is the value that you bring. Always sell the value because you're trying to sell the value and the transformation. You've heard me say sell the transformation over and over and over again. You actually literally have to sell the transformation because that's what's going to get people to close. They'll spend more money on a transformation. Don't think about how long you've been a photographer. Just be the best photographer. Also, the color balance, meaning the color of the video, was quite
focusing.
It was quite off. Like early in the frame, it's dark, and then it goes quite light, and then it goes. And the last thing is the text over top, like this purpley baby blue text plus this small font down here. Like it's you can't even see it. If you're gonna put text on the screen, you notice when I put text on the screen, that's it. There's just the text, so you can see the text, and it's white against black, so you can see the text. Putting a purple text with you behind and like the fonts are like, just no. And again, it's like having a visual sensibility to know that that text was a mess, so you didn't spend any time doing this. The shot was cool, being in the corner, but I think doing it off the dome, it seems like a good idea, but it always ends up feeling like you don't really know what you're trying to say, and you don't really know what the end destination is. So this is why I always know exactly what I'm going to say in my videos. I always know exactly what I'm going to say, and I do takes until I nail it. So have an outline, even if you're looking at your phone, delivering a few sentences, looking back at your phone, delivering a few sentences, and then doing cuts. It's impossible to do anything by winging it, including video. So I appreciate that you filmed it, but think about it a lot more, what you want to say. And then if you're wanting to show text, you have to cut and go black and show the text. And is it necessary? You have to use it and cut in a way that that text adds, the way that Benja did. If you're not, then the text is actually distracting from what you're talking about. I hope that helps you, my guy. That is Selim. Ooh-wee. Let's see who we got next. How many have we looked at so far? I'm trying to divide it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be 8. We are looking at 3 more. We are stopping at Miss Jennifer, and the rest we will catch next week. All right, this is Spoonman.
What's up, Carty crew?
All
So
right.
my journey.
This is Spoonman.
What's up, Carty crew? So my journey into the world of photography initially began as a practical solution to a financial challenge within the small wood carving business that I have. Faced with the daunting project of photographing hundreds of unique pieces for my website without breaking the bank, I took matters into my own hands. However, what began as a cost-saving measure evolved into a profound realization that photography is not merely about capturing an image, it's a nuanced craft that demands time and skill and expertise to master. So driven by that desire, the desire to showcase my creations in the best possible light, I embarked on a journey of self-improvement and education and work. Through that dedicated practice and guidance from local mentors and people that are in the YouTube community, I immerse myself in the art and science of photography, determined to elevate the quality of my product imagery. Now today, having refined my skills a little bit through diligent learning and practical experience, I stand confident in my ability to produce professional grade photographs that do justice to my craftsmanship. But equipped now with the proficiency and passion and the work ethic that I'm really building, I'm eager to pay it forward. So inspired by my own transformative journey, I aspire to extend my services as a photographer to fellow artisans and small business owners. Now my goal is kind of simple. It's to empower others to present their creations with the same pride and professionalism that I strive for in my own work. Now through collaboration and shared expertise, I'm aiming to help others. I want them to achieve their marketing goals and to elevate the visibility of their products in this competitive workplace. But anyway, that's all for my story. My name is Spoonman, and I'm out.
You're another one that should for sure have a YouTube channel. If you don't have a YouTube channel yet, you should have a YouTube channel. I was in the beginning quite about how your shot was offset, but then it kind of didn't bother me because I realized you were using that offset as a place to put pictures. One thing I would suggest is start centered, and then you shoot your shot a little wider so you can center yourself, and then when it comes time for you to start bringing in the inset, is you slide yourself over, and then the inset shot comes in, and you can kind of it's just a little bit of camera movement that makes that shot a lot nicer. The exposure could be up just a little bit. And one thing I gotta say that everybody wanted to say, Spoonman, is that the music was great, but it was too loud. The music has to be at minus 25 dB, between minus 20 and minus 25. I put mine around minus 23 when I'm playing. So you can see right now I'm talking and I have music underneath me. But if I start to increase the volume of the music that's underneath me as I'm talking, as this starts to get louder, it starts to actually fight with what I'm saying. And now that the music is much louder, and I start inching this music louder and louder, and the music is now at the same level as my vocals, it starts to be listen, I understand I'm saying something, man, but that's not I'm not talking to music. I need the music to be way, way more in the background. But know that it was a great, great effort. You have a great personality. I loved your story. Get on YouTube. Start making YouTube videos. Start bringing value just like you say that you're doing. I would love to talk to you about just how I can help you do what you're doing at a higher level, Spoonman. Congratulations, man. That's a great video. Great video. Great job. Again, it's good audio. Your mic sounded great. The light, just a little bit more exposure. It's going to make your skin pop just a little bit. You see, I know my exposure, but what happens is you end up running the exposure just a little bit low. And funny enough, I know exactly the power to have all my lights at. So all my lights are exactly at the exact number that they all need to be a perfect exposure. Which one is this? Let's see. Let's manage one of these. Yeah, so once you really, oh yeah, it's this one. So you can see this. See how I dropped this? This is see how I dropped this now? See this exposure? You see how painful that is? Oh, this? You see how gross this looks? You see how gross this looks? Oh my God. So I have to have my exposure perfect. This is a touch bright. It needs to be right there. So all of this is super, super deliberate. So make sure like you nail, you see the white, see the detail on the white, you see the black behind me, how jet black that black is. All of this is all like hyper intentional. All the highlights, the neon, all that stuff. It's just stuff to catch your eye. All right, that was our man Spoonman. We have Romeo. Romeo and Miss Jennifer are the last two submissions we're looking at for today. Romeo, let's go, Romeo. All right, so Romeo submitted through the Discord, not on YouTube, but that doesn't matter because we get to watch it. All right, let's go, Romeo.
Hi, family. Hope everybody's doing well. Real quick, why should I be doing this? Well, to start, I was put here to bear fruits, good fruits. And so those fruits under the umbrella of love happen to be value and transformation. And so that is really important to me. And my love for photography is I want to use my camera as one of the ways to bring forth value and transformation, you know, that fruit that I should be bearing. So, you know, for me, in my world, you know, the word says if you're not bearing fruits, then you'll be gathered and thrown into the fire, and I don't want that. So I have to do this. So that is why I am doing this. All right, I would love to say more, but that is it in a nutshell. Thank you. Peace and one love.
Romeo, thank you so much for submitting, Romeo. Like, honestly, Romeo is so passionate and he is so God loving and God blessed, and it feels like he's using his camera as a way to bring love and righteousness, and I really appreciate that. And at the same time, like, Romeo is like, he's on a mission, and you feel that. What I want you to not forget is, like, although you're a warrior, it's okay to smile. Although you're a warrior, it's okay to be light. Bob Marley says you have to be light like a feather, but heavy like lead. You know what I mean? And that's the way that I try to maneuver, is I try to maneuver where don't sweat the small stuff, you know, because really a lot of it is small stuff. The thing that's important is like the overarching mission, and you're just coming into what that mission is with photography, and you're close. And know that the way that your work has leveled up in the last 60 days is noticeable. The way that you make photographs of your daughter, like, again, the thing that I always say with you, Romeo, is you need exposure to more people. You need to affect more people. You need to photograph more people, and you need to write, because you need to write. You need to get those thoughts out of your head and get them on paper. I think you starting a newsletter would be so beneficial to you. It just helps you organize your thoughts, and doing that, sending that out every Saturday, you do it, start one, do it 4 weeks in a row, and I'll start recommending you to my 1,300 people. That goes for anybody who wants to start a Substack. Take a screenshot, send it to me that says that you've posted 4 weeks in a row, and I'll start recommending it. I've posted 54 weeks in a row. So for a full year in 2 weeks. Keep up the consistency, Romeo. This is really great. And I want you to shoot more video. Even on your iPhone, the quality was so good. Just on your iPhone, the audio was good with no mic. So You'd be surprised what you can do just with your iPhone. Don't be limited by the technology. With your shot, Romeo, you were aiming up just a bit. I would work more on eye level. It makes your viewer feel like you're not looking down on them. You're looking directly at them because you're using, or because where your camera was placed, because it's at a low angle, you're now looking down on the camera, and that sets it sets a tone that I don't think that you're trying to set. Make sure that you're on eye level with all your shots, but the centering and everything else was really good. The closeness, you were just a touch close. Also, you have to remember there's like a personal space zone. Sometimes I lean in when I want to like tell you something special, but I don't have my camera set like it's this close, because this type of closeness with a conversation is almost too intimate for a shot. I'll sometimes punch in this close for like an instant to make a point in a video, but for the most part, I'm back here, which is arm's length away, which is a comfortable distance for an intimate conversation to happen, but not too intimate. So that's also something to watch when it comes to how close you are with your video shots. That was Romeo. Let's go, Romeo. Thanks for submitting. And our last, this is Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer, your premise.
Hi. My mom was a...
Miss Jennifer says this: it's not perfect, but I did it. That's, oh my God, talk about paving a runway. You want to say this is the best video that I've ever done, which is probably also true. But, you know, just don't undersell you doing something that took so much confidence to do. Don't undersell it. A lot of you, this is the first time that you've ever endeavored to do something so difficult. So don't shake a stick at it.
Hi. My mom was a seamstress. She made all of our clothes when we were kids. And my dad was the family photographer. He wasn't a professional, but we have tons of family photos because of him. And I always wanted to be a writer. So I guess you can say the creative gene runs in my family. It just so happens in college I studied marketing and not journalism or English. So I landed sales jobs when I graduated from college. I wasn't writing, and I was really pretty miserable. It just so happens that I landed a job selling tech products. And being in the tech field in the late 90s, early 2000s, when the internet took off, changed everything for me. I became obsessed with web design. I taught myself how to hand code HTML. We built web pages using table tags back then. As a matter of fact, I still have my first copy of Photoshop version 4. Wow, what memories. Thinking back, I got my first web design job because of my hand-coded portfolio site that I created. It was crude, I'm sure, but the hiring manager liked my style and they needed a web designer. I ended up staying at that job for the next 8 years. Web design became my creative outlet. I still manage websites today and it's still fulfilling creatively, but I also always had a camera in my hand. I kind of took over from my dad and became the family photographer. I never considered photography as a career or a business. I just love photography, and I loved shooting and documenting my experiences. I became the consummate visual storyteller. I write code, created graphics, and until recently, I left the photographic requirements for my projects to others. But my goals have changed. I love making photos to tell my stories. I want to tell the stories of us. I'm the photographer who captures the authentic, positive photos of our culture, the foods we eat, the products we use, our colorful lifestyles. We are beautiful, and I want to show that to the world through my photography. Thank you.
Wow. Miss Jennifer, that was so enjoyable to watch. I mean, guys, they were all enjoyable. If you submitted today, thank you. If you're the one of the 10 that I looked at today, we're going to look at the other 10 next week. And how we're going to do, I'm going to give you an assignment next week. And we'll be back on the once a week schedule. Every once in a while, I need a break. And sometimes there's so many photo submissions. Let's go, Joel. Welcome back for a second month. Sometimes there's so many submissions that I have to break it between 2 weeks. Sometimes that happens. And I'm going to do that instead of giving myself an aneurysm. Let's go, my actual assistant, Jason, back for 7 months. We are now getting a bunch of members who they just happen to renew on the 29th of the month, so they're all just about to renew right now. Guys, that was half of the videos. The other half happened next Thursday, but what I'm going to do is I am going to give some love to who I think delivered today what I would call best in show. And again, it's like, this is a testament to what this particular creator put a lot of effort into. I'm going to give a best in show, and I'm also going to give a really honorable mention. So there's 2 creators. The first one I'm going to give is the honorable mention, and the honorable mention goes to...
Hi. My mom was a seamstress. She made all
Miss
of our clothes
Jennifer
for kids.
is
And my
getting
dad was a family
honorable
photographer. He wasn't a
honorable
profe-
mention as best video of the week. Jennifer, congratulations. That was really from the heart. Beautiful shot. Like, again, is it a perfect shot? No. Does it matter? No. Was it engaging? Did you hold my attention? Yes. Was it a great story? Yes. Was it from the heart? Yes. Have you ever done video? Probably not, but you should. You should do more of them, because once you get over the hump and start learning how to get better at it, oh my God. You need to hold the torch for people who are not 25 and on YouTube and female. Hold the torch for some older ladies who are trying to do this. Seriously. And honestly, you would make a good mark in this space, especially once you really zero in on your niche. I think that you're great on camera, and I'd like to help you focus. I'd like to help you focus your niche in so you know exactly who you're making the photos for. It's going to make marketing a lot easier. It's going to make your whole journey a lot easier. So our honorable mention goes to the visual storyteller known as Miss Jennifer. And that means I also said I was going to give a best in show. The best in show for me is this creator not only created probably the best video of the day, also really cared and executed this assignment like I can't even say how absolutely brilliant this one was. This is this week's best in show, which is going to go up against next week's best in show. Guys, I think you know who this is. If you hear your voice...
Thanks, Carty, for the back last week with my photo. I really appreciate your comments, and I'm definitely learning loads from watching your videos. Where am I currently, and what am I destined to do? Well, I've always been a creative ever since I can remember. That took the forms of many things. Originally being a musician, I've been around the camera, making videos, doing photos for quite a while. I've done stuff for other people here and there, but it's never been a solid business. I've always had to work a normal job. Long story short, the whole pandemic thing happened. My means of income and everything went to a halt. I got left in.
A great shot. Compositionally, such an amazing shot. The light, the microphone placement, your facial expressions, the way that you cut away. And even if you just watch this with no audio, look at his enthusiasm. Look at how he uses hand gestures. Look at how he's moving his head. Look at how he's actually completely into telling you this story. Nobody cares more about telling you this story than Benja. And you can see it in his face. You can see how he's removed all distractions so you just focus on him. Because he understands, like, video's a weapon. His use of text, the way that the cuts were, like, everything was done. It was almost too textbook. And when I say this is almost better than Best in Show, I mean, like, I'm getting to the point where I can no longer keep up with the editing that I'm doing on this channel. So, Benja, holler at me and let me help you, and you can help me a little bit. This was, again, our Best in Show, and I think the best video of the week. Guys, I hope today brought you value. Know that being on video, whether you're submitting it to me or whether you're doing it for yourself, video is one of the most powerful marketing tools going. Honestly, it's the reason that you know Peter McKinnon. It's the reason that you know Casey Neistat. It's the reason that you know Mr. Beast. It's because video is what grabs people and it makes you feel like you know the person. I bet you if you saw Mr. Beast, you'd run up to him and be like, oh my God, Jimmy. Like, you know his name, you know what he does. And he's a stranger that you watched videos from. So just like me, I'm a stranger, but you feel like you know me because I create the type of content that is specifically for you. I create things that you need. I give you food that you need in order to help you get to the next level in your career. I'm very good at it because I've been doing it for so long, and I've also been there. Because I've been there, and I'm also a working photographer. I'm not one of those photographers that's on YouTube that's just telling you how to be a photographer, but I'm not making any money at it. For me, like, doing this for 3 decades. Look at stevecarty.com. Let that speak for itself. Watch one of my videos that shows my work. I could show you one right now, but you guys have seen it. Guys, this commercial-free episode was brought to you by, number one, Carty Crew merch. This was once on the merch store. It's not there anymore because my merch is limited edition and it changes all the time. And again, I'll put up something, people buy it, cool. If they don't, after a while, I'm just like, all right, well, I wanted it, so I bought it. You too can catch some Carty Crew merch. The link is in the description of this video. Also, the members of this channel is the reason that you just got to watch an hour and 10 minutes commercial free, is because I have members and I don't have to run advertising while I'm live. If I did, by the way, I'd make so much more money, but I don't care because it would make it a bad experience for you. And I opened memberships, and memberships mean that I don't have to do that. In exchange, what I give you, crowns next to your name in chat, but you also get dope emotes. And if you level up to submission tier, you can submit your photos and videos and websites, raw files, and I can help you one-on-one level up your stuff. So that's why this whole channel is working, is because I'm doing something that no one else is doing on YouTube, which is trying to give back directly through these live streams. If you guys found some value in today, give me a hey ya. I definitely got some value. I loved those videos that you submitted today. If you submitted, thank you. If you have ones that I'm going to look at next week, thank you as well. We're going to see those. And again, I'm going to have an assignment for you that's going to be challenging. The next assignment is going to be challenging. And also, by the way, I made a course. Funny enough, the first course that's going to be ready is a 30-day Get Better on Camera email course. It's not going to cost a lot of money. It's going to cost like, I don't know, $30. And it's going to be literally an email a day sent to you. And if you do the exercise every day that I email to you in 30 days, you'll be a better person on camera. If you're into that, I'll push that along and maybe release that sooner than later. But you have to leave a comment on this video saying, yes, please make the 30-day better on camera challenge, please. And I'll start, I'll get that going. And then I'll give you the link so you can subscribe to it. Guys, thank you. I hope today brought you value. Please drop your favorite Carty Crew emotes in chat. If you are here live, I want to see those emotes flying. You have about less than 60 seconds to start flooding the chat with all those Carty Crew emotes, baby. Reminding you, I have a whole bunch of amazing supporters of this channel. If you became a supporter, a believer, one of the Carty Crew, you're going to see your name scrolling across the top of the screen if you did that within the last 25 people. If you're a subscriber and became a subscriber, like Harley Dude with an Indian motorcycle problem, you'll be scrolling across the bottom of the screen here. Make sure you check thecartymethod.com, which is my 6-step patented method to take you from your current life as a 9-to-5er to a professional photographer. I have masterclasses. I have one-on-one mentorship. I have portfolio reviews. I have digital tools to make your creative life easier. Oh my God, that looks so beautiful. I'm telling you, if you guys aren't flooding my chat with Carty Crew emotes like this at the end of every stream, I might stop streaming. That, you guys are learning. This is live stream culture. This is how you do it. This is how you make a creator who is making free content for you feel like you just made me feel. I love you guys all. Thank you so much for the emotes. I'll see you guys in Discord.